Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 19th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here. And you have this card that says Blessed Ideas on it. It says, allow your ideas to come to fruition and they will bring many blessings. You have this Crow Spirit. It says, you will soon be receiving news that will bring some blessed experiences into your life. So we have double blessings here for you, Pisces. And, I think your life right now is full of blessed ideas, whether you realize it or not. We talk about it all the time, how you have Neptune in your sign. And the fact that Neptune is going retrograde, I actually think is a good thing for you, Pisces, because, it's like when it's moving forward, you just have these big, crazy ideas, but they are just big and crazy. And when Neptune is kind of retrograding, I think it maybe allows you to add a little bit of realism or a little bit more of that kind of like 3D aspect that the dream needs or the idea needs to come down to earth in the first place. So, I kind of feel it's a good time for your ideas or your plans or your goals or whatever whatever you see your dream life looking like. It could be a good time to start taking action to bring that down to earth. And, that's where I feel like this reading is kind of going. And you have two cards of blessings. You have the Sun here, which is a blessing. So let's see where this goes. You have the Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, and the Justice card. The Knight of Wands is about like needing to adventure, needing to go on an adventure. You have the Chariot as well. You also have Jupiter in your fourth. So, any adventure that you could go on would be a good idea. Obviously, if you're moving or traveling, that would make sense. But we can also go on adventures in our mind. We can kind of like learn new things or we can experience new things. I do feel that the Knight of Wands is encouraging a little bit of being more spontaneous, kind of like being more willing to open up. You have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups, and we're not there yet, but, it's kind of like popping into my head. They're both your middle cards right here. These two center cards, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups. It's like all the cards around it feed in to these middle cards, and I feel like this could be you, looking at past disappointments, or I don't know how to say what I want to say, but what I want to say is that it's almost like you are going to be receiving something that disappointed you in the past. It could be love, for example, or it could be a new business idea. And I feel like the Knight of Wands is just encouraging the adventure. I feel like the Knight of Wands is saying, just don't take it too seriously. Like, look at it as fun and just say, I'm not going to attach anything to this, right? And I feel the reading is kind of saying that there's something coming in for you, like an opportunity. And you have the Four of Wands here, and the Four of Wands, of course, can represent marriage, but, the Four of Wands can just be a commitment, or it could just be you committing to an idea or a way of doing things, or, a project or anything like that. And I feel like if you take it too seriously, it's almost like you're going to be too serious, but if you are more playful about it and you just allow it to flow and just see what happens, I think that is like the best thing that you possibly can do. It's almost like, let me put it this way. Sometimes I think we get into a relationship with a person and they want a commitment or whatever, and we are like thinking way far in the future, and we might be saying to ourselves like, oh, I'm gonna, I don't want to be with a person who even thinks about the word divorce, for example, right? And it's like maybe this person, maybe it's like you're trying to do things. Like if I put myself in your shoes, it's like you're trying to do things to prevent things from happening in the future, which is impossible, number one. But number two, it's like by trying to prevent something, it's almost like you're attracting it in the first place, right? And that's what I mean by taking things too seriously. It's like if you enter into a relationship trying to do things so that the person doesn't leave you, they're going to leave you, right? And, same thing in business. It's like if you enter into a business like trying to only make money but not trying to, make a difference or whatever, then you're not going to make money, right? So I think this is more about that like non-attachment and needing to commit to something that you're about to do in a more fun, having a more fun, like lighthearted approach about it, and not being too serious. I hope that makes sense. You have the Justice card. It's almost like the universe wants to bring you justice. Like I feel that the Justice card is, the universe is kind of like saying it wants things to be balanced out for you, but, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups in the middle, clearly there is some sort of imbalance going on here. I also feel the Six of Pentacles, which is in your next row, is kind of like a little bit of a clue as to what's going on here. It's a very different reading here, Pisces. And, I think that, there's something going on here about your investment of your time, or like what you give your energy to. And I feel like the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles are saying that there's something new that you could be investing your time in, like a project or a business that's going to be much more fruitful for you. But I think you're still maybe holding on to something that really isn't fruitful. So let's see where this is going for you, Pisces. And yeah. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Hangman. I just think that this, like I said at the beginning of the reading, I think this is just saying that you, Hangman, need to have more fun, be more spontaneous, look at new perspectives as well. The Hangman is hanging upside down to gain a new perspective. So whatever it is that you're working on or starting or thinking about doing, kind of look at it from different perspectives and see what you find. With the Four of Wands, you have the Justice card. I feel like there is justice coming in your love life as well. So for those of you that have been like hurt, or have gone through something challenging or difficult in a connection, or have experienced like a heartbreak, I feel like the Justice card could say that you're about to receive justice. It is a really good love year for you, Pisces. So again, it wouldn't surprise me. With the Justice card, you have the Sun, which we have twice. I love readings where we have a bunch of repeating cards because, it kind of is the universe saying, I meant what I said. It's like confirmation from the universe. So you're getting a lot of confirmation already in this reading. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you this week, you have this Wizard card. It says, use your skills to aid others. You have this Water Spirit. It says, emotions are at their peak. Yeah, I would watch your emotions and like how you feel about things, and I would try to control your emotions. Obviously, I would try to do things that make you feel more positive and not negative, right? You have something to look forward to. You have the Five of Cups here. Which we're going to talk about. But you have the Six of Pentacles. It's like there's something over here that you should give to here, Pisces. He has this little thing in his pocket right here above my finger. It's kind of hard to see. And it might be a handkerchief or something like that. I always look at this guy over here as having something in his back pocket, which is like not a good thing, right? It's like if you're, it kind of would represent a person where it's like if you were to give to them, they would have like ulterior motives, or they would, maybe they would have some secrets or something like that. But I actually feel very differently for you. I feel like there is like you're working on one thing over here, like in work or business, and there could be something else, like an idea that you're thinking about, and I think it has more to offer than you realize. So I think it would be a great time for you to kind of like take control. And we even go down Eight of Cups to the Chariot. So the Chariot is a big victory. We go over to the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is showing up in the good stuff. And the Five of Swords would represent taking some sort of risk, or, putting yourself out there. And I really feel that you investing in something new, and we're talking about your time, effort, or energy that you are giving to like a new project or new idea. I think it's going to be time well spent. There's like more than meets the eye in this situation. You have the Five of Cups, and like I said a minute ago, I think that you are kind of grieving the loss of something, but there's something much better behind you. He has these two cups which lead him to this bridge in this castle. So the solution to the Five of Cups is to be grateful for what you do have. But I also do feel that some of you kind of like are finally walking away from something. You have the Eight of Cups, Five of Swords. You even have the Chariot, right? So like I feel like you're kind of like going off into the sunset here, Pisces, a little bit. I'm not ready to say that yet. But this reading is kind of giving me the vibes of you kind of like going off in, I wouldn't even say sunset, because the sun is rising on the Sun card. It's like you're stepping into the sun period, or you're going into the sun, or, riding off into the sunset or something. I don't know. If you have the Death card, again, we have the two pillars from the moon right here. And the sun is coming up between those two pillars. So it kind of represents going from a period like a moon period, a period of fears, fantasies, illusions, lack of clarity, and stepping into a period of clarity through making a change. So, the Death card is all about a transformation or a change, and needing to make a change. And I feel that is the thing that is going to get you into this sun period that you are about to step into. So let's see. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like stuck between like a rock and a hard place, kind of like going back and forth here, or trying to balance two things at once is really the message that I'm getting off of the Two of Swords. That's not really what it represents, but I read intuitively, and I feel like you're trying to balance two things at once. I think once you commit to this right here, this person, it's not a person, by the way. I think that this is, an idea, a project, a business, the YouTube channel you want to start, the book you want to write. It's like something like like that. I think once you just make the decision to do it, your life is going to look completely different. She has this new island behind her. She is thinking this or that. She is thinking that the only outcome is going to be this or that, whatever that is for you. But really, it's going to be something completely different. It might blow her mind. So, again, I think that the outcome to a project or something you're thinking about is going to be very different. With the Five of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, really just time to get to work. Knight of Pentacles is no movement. He's being too cautious. He's playing it too safe. So I think once you start taking those bigger risks, that's where you're going to see the results. And we have the Five of Swords at the end. Like I said, Five of Swords and the good stuff is risk-taking or taking a risk. With the Death card, you have the Lovers. Could be a Scorpio coming in for some of you. I think you had Scorpio with me like 2 weeks ago or, somewhere around there. And so it wouldn't surprise me if there was like a new person who's interested in you. I think you're going to know who this person is. This person could also be a Leo as well. You have the Sun, could be a Cancer. You have Pisces twice. You have Fire with the Knight of Wands. So, it could be a Libra. I mean, you have like everything here, but Leo, Scorpio, and Cancer really stand out to me in this reading. So take it how it resonates. But, I think that there could be a change in love. But again, if you're going to be entering into a relationship, I think you do not enter it thinking, how can I not lose this person, right? I think you need to enter it like, I am the shit. I am awesome. This person would be crazy to leave me, with that mindset. And even if they do, then they are just wrong and I'll find the right person. So have an abundance relationship mindset. I think if you have that kind of like, I've been alone for so long, kind of like lost puppy type of energy, they're going to pick up on this, and they're probably going to be like, oh my God, nobody wants to date this person. And they're going to leave, right? So that's why we attract that type of thing when we act like that, or we try to not break up with a person, right? So I think, having the abundance mindset, if you are meeting a new person, even not just this week, but, for like the next month, I would say, I would be abundant. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says the energy is gaining momentum. You have this North Node card. It says step out of your comfort zone. I think we said that like a second ago. So with the Six of Pentacles, it's like, you have something that's supporting you in your life that is your comfort zone. And then you have that other guy with the thing in his back pocket. And, I think that's a new comfort zone that you could be developing. And I feel it's going to be very successful. You even have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is unlimited potential. She has no roof over her head, and it kind of represents the fact that there's nothing that she can't accomplish if she sets her mind to it. So she is, she's your card, Pisces. You show up twice here, puts you in a position of power and strength. But she is a card of intuition, mystery, secrets, looking into those things. But she's really the card of full potential. So I think that for a lot of you, the High Priestess is encouraging you to really go and try to accomplish your full potential. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is, of course, walking away from things that no longer serve you. He doesn't know where he's going, and, some people say he's walking towards fulfillment, which might be true, but really we don't know. He's just walking away from something because he knows it isn't right. Again, he has an abundance mindset. If he gets into a relationship and it's not right, he leaves. He doesn't stay, so he isn't alone. He signals to the universe this isn't right. Same thing in work or business. If he's doing something that isn't right, he stops doing it and makes an adjustment, or he makes some sort of change because it isn't right, even though it might come at the cost of walking away from something that is providing something. It's just not right what it's providing. So I think for a lot of you, this is really about sticking up for yourself, and that's how we really stick up for ourselves in life. When even if something is providing a little bit of something, if it's not what we bring to the table, then we have to walk away. You have the Page of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like someone secretly has their eye on you. Right here, we have the Page of Swords. I don't even think you know who this person is, Pisces. So, you know what's really funny that's popping into my head here as well, Pisces with the Sun, is that I think that some of you, it's like you might be interested in a person right now, or you might think that you have a person that's interested in you. You might think it's like a specific person, and that might be totally true. But I think you're going to end up with this person. I think that there's maybe a person that's kind of like more in the background that's about to reveal themselves. They might ask you out. They might hit you up on Instagram or whatever. Whatever you kids do nowadays, right? And, again, I think it's kind of like you have your eye on someone else, maybe, but this person comes out of nowhere, and I think you're going to be very happy. You have two cards. What do you know? You cannot make this up. This Page of Swords jumped out when I pulled this Ace of Cups. So there you go. High Priestess, you have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. Told you. So I totally think that there is like a secret admirer that's in your energy, and I do feel that they are going to reveal themselves. It could be like in September. I feel like this person might be showing up here because they're in your energy field, but they are not. Like I kind of feel like maybe a couple more weeks or something like that before they reveal themselves. But definitely Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Devil. Walking away from things that steal your energy. Again, Saturn in your sign. When you have Saturn in your sign, you have to be very disciplined. And if you're doing things that are sucking the life out of you, you have to leave those things behind so you can be successful, basically. With the Page of Swords, you have the Fool. Yep, like I said, I think this person's going to take a leap of faith, and there's really nothing to say there because I feel like they will take a leap of faith towards you. There you go. At the end here for the good stuff, you have this action card and this illumination card. I feel like you need to take action on what is being illuminated to you. You have the Sun twice, so it's like something has captured your attention. The Sun, is a card of joy, happiness. It makes the whole entire reading more positive, but, really it's a card where the Sun... And sorry, I have the hiccups now. The Sun is trying to get your attention on something, and the Sun is like trying to illuminate your path and get you to take action on something that's clearly going to make you very happy. I feel like it is a risk. You have the Five of Swords, so like this could be the risk of going and getting a new job, the risk of starting a different business, or the risk of taking your business in a new direction, or the risk of doing something different or whatever. And again, I think if you take that risk and don't try to people please, then you will be very, very successful. I am convinced that like part of Pisces karma is to reach their full potential. It's like most people think of Pisces and they don't think full potential, right? So it's like I think Pisces is here to really, F it up, F stuff up, right? Really kind of reach new heights, but you have to take some bigger risks to do it. You have the Sun. The Sun is guiding you at this time. Again, I think the Sun is shining a light on things that are important for you. I feel like there is a lot of happiness and attention coming in with the Sun. So again, you could be noticing that you're getting more attention at this time. You have the Chariot, and the Chariot is all about a victory or success and charging towards success. I do see you leaving something behind. Again, he's leaving the city behind him behind, and he's kind of going in a new direction. He doesn't really know where he is going, but he just knows that where he has been is not enough. And he's also in alignment. He has these stars up here, these moons right here, represents as above, so below. There are no reins attaching these sphinxes to the Chariot, and so it kind of says that he is trusting, the sphinxes represent the mysteries of the universe, and he is trusting that the universe knows where to take him because he's in alignment, right? So like I was saying earlier, I think it's really important that you have that like non-attachment type of energy. I hope that makes sense. With the Five of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. This is about following your heart and doing things that your heart is telling you to do. So I think if you do things that your heart is telling you to do, you are going to get better results for sure. With the Sun, yes, are you kidding me? You have the Two of Cups. Definitely could be Leo, or again, it could be a person who has Leo in their chart. I think like a couple months ago, you had a Leo that was like popping all up in your business here, Pisces. Take it how it resonates. It could be any sign, but it could be a person with like Leo in their chart. They could be like a Scorpio with Leo or something like that. But Two of Cups is someone who's usually like different than your usual type. So, there could be some differences here. But again, everybody gets this now. I think it's because the energy of love has changed. But, Two of Cups is great communication. This right here is the Staff of Hermes, which is Mercury, which is communication. So again, I think that there will be really solid communication between the two of you. I feel like, and by the way, I feel like this person is all in. Like, whoever this person is, like, I feel like they are all in. I feel like maybe you are the one that's maybe a little bit more resistant, right? I think you'll like this person, but, just maybe a little resistant. With the Chariot, you have the Emperor. I feel like this is, like, how people will see you in the future if you take control. It's like they will see you as a boss. They will see you as someone who, really has reached their full potential. And, again, obviously that is a good thing. You have this health card. Yes, definitely a great time to watch your health. Mercury retrograde in Virgo. It's retrograde in Virgo and Leo, but doesn't matter. And also we have Mars going retrograde in Leo at the end of the year. Definitely a good time to make sure you're doing all the right things. I've said this to you before. Saturn in your sign. Saturn in your sign is like you cannot eat bad food. You cannot do bad things or you will pay the price. So I would make sure you're staying healthy, right? You have this decisions card. I think it's an easy decision. It's like, I think there's just like you doing the things that you've always done and there's something new and exciting. But, as long as you don't attach too many attachments to it, you'll have a great time. I think if you need things to go a certain way, that's when things are not going to work out. You have this power card, and I think you are becoming more powerful. Maybe you're using your true power better. That you show up twice at least in this reading, Hangman and the High Priestess. So you're definitely in a strong position. You have this versatility card. The Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands all about flexibility, versatility, spontaneity, right? So I think the more spontaneous and more versatile you can be, the better. The more you can look for other ways of doing things, the better as well. So, I think Pisces really does have very visionary ideas, and they need to use it. It's like, everybody thinks of Aquarius as the innovator, but as I always say, like, some of the best innovators in the world ever were Pisces. Steve Jobs, Phil Knight, they were both born on the same day, by the way. So, it's like Pisces dominates that stuff, and, I think you just need to be flexible and do it. You have this ostentation card. This is about telling between something that's real and something that's fake, And I think maybe that's what you've learned over the last several years is like, who can you trust, who can you not trust? Who's telling you the truth, who's not telling you the truth. And I feel this is just saying, trust your Pisces intuition, right? When you meet a new person. But I do feel a lot of you, this is kind of like, there's clearly a person who has their eye on you. And I think that, as long as you trust the evidence, you'll be fine. If there's evidence that they're not a good person, trust the evidence. Don't get swept up in it. If there's evidence that they're a good person and they do what they say, then, keep going. I think it will be good for you. But this is one heck of a reading, Pisces. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.